Just outside Cleveland, Mississippi, this quiet stretch of land is Dockery Plantation, often called the birthplace of the Delta Blues. In the early 1900s, Dockery wasn't just a cotton plantation. It was a small community with workers' houses, a store, and even a school. Legendary musicians like Charlie Patton, Son House, and Willie Brown lived and worked here, shaping a sound that would change music forever. The rhythms born in places like this travel far beyond the Delta, influencing rock, jazz, and modern blues. Today, Dockery stands as a reminder that the world, changing music can come from the most unassuming places. I'm driving past one of the most talked about places in Mississippi, the prison known as Parchman Farm. It opened in 1901, and for generations it meant hard labor, suffering, and survival in the Delta heat. You hear about Parchman in old blues songs because many men lived and died behind these fences. Even today, this place carries weight. You can feel the history here, and it's not something Mississippi can ever forget. This is Tutwiler, Mississippi, a small town in Tallahatchie County. As of the 2020 census, about 2,400 people lived here. Tutwiler was founded around the railroad in the late 1890s. This is where W.C. Handy said he first heard the blues. Today, Tutwiler faces challenges, but its place in Delta history still matters. You're looking at the unassuming resting place of Alec Miller, better known to the world as blues legend Sonny Boy Williamson. Miller was one of the most influential harmonica players of the 20th century, helping shape the sound of the Delta blues and sounding on radio shows like King Biscuit Time. Yet after he died in 1965, he was laid to rest just outside tiny Tutwiler, Mississippi, in what was once a church cemetery that slowly faded away. There's no big marker or tourist park here, just a humble grave where fans leave harmonicas, coins, and memories. Miller's final resting spot reflects both the deep roots of the blues in small towns like this and how great artists can be forgotten by the world even as their music lives on. W.C. Handy didn't invent the blues. He was the first to turn the blues from oral tradition into sheet music. Tutwiler's story starts with the railroad. In the late 1890s, a civil engineer named Tom Tutwiler made his base here when the Illinois Central Railroad was laid through the region. Tutwiler grew quickly. The railroad brought workers, businesses, and a depot that served as both travel hub and community center. The town was officially incorporated in 1905. But the good times didn't last forever. In 1929, the railroad yard was moved to nearby Clarksdale, and Tutwiler's economy and population began to wane. The boom years faded as jobs left town, yet the community persisted. According to the 2020 census, Tutwiler's population is majority Black or African American, with smaller white and Hispanic communities. The town reflects the demographic patterns of many Delta communities, rooted in Deep South history, shaped by agriculture and migration, and still navigating economic traditions in the 21st century. Perhaps Tutwiler's most famous claim to fame is its musical legacy. Like many Delta towns, Tutwiler has faced economic challenges over the years. Traditional industries like cotton farming declined, and services and businesses have struggled to keep pace. Yet the community spirit endures in local traditions, culture, and the stories passed down through families. Tutwiler might not be big on the map, but its place in Mississippi history, especially in American music, is unmistakable. From railroad roots to blues heritage, this small Delta town has influenced much more than its size would suggest.